Now, welcome to another Mandalorian re-review, where this time it is the first episode of Season 2, which is also Chapter 9, which is also called The Marshal.
A lot of names for a single
Yes.
viewing experience of The Mandalorian.
Yes. And so let's get right to that viewing experience.
It opens up with Mando and Grogu looking cool, walking down a dark road, heading to see Gor Koresh in an illicit fighting den.
Ooh.
I know.
Maybe some Gamorreans clashing?
Yeah, two Gamorreans, in fact, are doing battle, and Mando sits down for a secret chat.
Am I the only one who thinks Gamorreans are not as fat as they should be? Like, all the time now?
These ones are working out. The other ones were just layabouts at Jabba's palace.
Okay, that's
watching
what it
dancers
is.
and so. I'm thinking it's them, not all Gamorreans. They
Okay,
gave
so...
Gamorreans a bad name.
All right, that's what I was going to say, so...
Mm-hmm. Gor is rumored to know where to find more Mandalorians, because Mando is looking for them, hoping that they can lead him to where the child belongs in his quest. Gor then decides to pull a gun on him, and his thugs all pop out, because they're like, I'm going to take Mando armor, because Beskar's worth good money. But we get a cool fight scene.
Love when Grogu closes the hood.
As soon as he sees
seen
the
this
whistling
before.
birds getting turned on, he's like, and close the hatch.
I don't want to be a target of those whistling birds.
I'm going to hide out in here. Then we have a cool fight. He kills all the attackers, literally kills them, not stuns them or anything PG like that. He kills them. Then he goes after Gor. He hangs him upside down at a street post, and he promises Gor, you won't die by my hand.
So obvious.
And Gor directs Mando to Tatooine after a Mandalorian that's rumored to live there. And he's like, I hang out on Tatooine all the time. Are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. And he starts walking away. He's like, Mando, cut me down. He's like, that wasn't in the deal. And then he shoots out the street light, and a bunch of little scary-looking critters start creeping out of the darkness to kill him, which doesn't break the rules.
No, not by his hand. He gets eaten by weird creatures with red eyes. And they...
Feral Tuca cats.
Ooh, maybe that's what they are.
Death by 1,000 scratches and little teeth. All right, so back to Tatooine. Hey, look, it's Millie. Millie is back. And she's like, where's my little fuzzball? And there he is.
Is he fuzzy, though?
She loves him. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He's fuzzy. You can see
Kinda,
that.
a little bit of fuzz,
fuzzy.
yeah.
And he asks about Mos Pelgo. So she has R5 roll on over to show a map of where Mos
I thought he
Pelgo
had a
used
bad
to be.
motivator.
She fixed it, clearly. Clearly.
I'm kidding. That was
fixed it.
some time ago now, yes.
Mm-hmm. Besides, he's been on that base tooling around before. We've seen him. He's in the trailer for the next season.
Yeah, I know. It looks like Mando's going to snatch him up.
Borrow him, probably.
Yeah.
So he decides he's going to go off on the speeder bike he left behind from season 1.
It's all connected.
Yeah, he's going to ride it out to Mos Pelgo.
End of story.
And now because we're back on Tatooine in the sandy deserts and the western Wild West feel, it sounds like Mando is wearing spurs when he walks, which he's not. It's very weird because he normally doesn't sound like that, but he sounds like that on this planet.
Everybody sounds like that on
Tatooine.
Especially Boba Fett when he's walking around on Tatooine in the dark.
Well, he heads on into the bar at Mos Pelgo, and he's like, you seen anyone who looks like me? And then the Marshal shows up, and he's like, oh, hello. It's Boba Fett's armor. Wow. And he's wearing it really, really poorly.
I don't know. I think he...
No,
it's good.
No, it doesn't.
It looks casual. It's like Mandalorian casual. It's like
that's
what a Mandalorian looks like on Friday.
A kid puts on their parents' clothes to try and look like an adult.
No, I was thinking it's like when the when they get together on a Friday, go to work.
Casual Friday.
It's casual Friday for a Mandalorian.
No. Yeah. Then he calls out to the barkeep. This being the Marshal.
Hey, Weequay.
Weequay. 2 shots of...
Even though they're like buddies. I love it.
And you're like, yeah, and you don't know his name after all this time?
There's like 6 people in town.
And
Why
you're
do
like,
you call him
Weequay. Later, he talks to some other human in the town. He calls her by name. He's like, hey, Amanda. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, human.
You don't know Weequay's name? Is that his name? His parents are lazy. They're like, his name is Weequay.
I don't like what's going on in this town. Well, originally that was his name. Was Weequay back in the Return of the Jedi days. Wasn't the species yet.
Then the Marshal, removes his helmet and introduces himself as Cobb Vanth, not a Mando. And Mando is immediately angry because he's like, you can't have that armor because that's totally disrespectful. You can't have it.
Well, the best part is when he takes the helmet off and Mando pauses, it kind of freezes and like, oh, something's not right here because we the Mandalorians don't take that helmet off.
Yeah, okay, you're about to get your world open up for you, buddy. But onward. So they're deciding we're going to duel for the armor because it's important. And then an earthquake tremors hit the ground.
It does feel like Tremors, the
Yeah.
movie, yes. And then Kevin Bacon shows up.
And then a crate dragon burrows through the town and eats a bantha. And Vance kind of looks at him and goes, maybe we can work out another deal for the armor. Because he has a problem. He wants to get rid of the crate dragon. And he'll give him the armor for it. They ride out into the desert. One of them on that speeder again, the other one on a half a pod racer engine.
No, this is half pod racing.
Yeah. Vance tells the story about how it's so wizard. Sorry.
Jeez. I was going to say you were about as excited as Anakin really was.
Vance tells the story of how he became a marshal. After the second Death Star blew up and they were all celebrating, thugs came and took over the town. But he managed to escape with some loot that he stole from them to trade then with the Jawas because they were like, hey, you got loot? We love loot. And he was like, hey, I want that armor over there because the Jawas had Boba Fett's armor. And he's like, okay. So he took the armor and he used that to go back to town and liberate it. And then he's the marshal now. He's respected. And he owns Mos Pelgos.
He owns it?
Why not?
I guess. Conqueror.
I mean, they don't have
Liberator and Conqueror.
They don't have a mayor, but they have a marshal.
That's all you need is a marshal.
That's all you need. On the way to the dragon, though, they come across some massives, and Mando makes friends with them, and that heralds the arrival of Sand People.
They prefer Tusken Raiders?
Well, I'm going to call them by whatever I feel like at the time.
Well, you're
Sand
just
People now,
you're just as
Tuskens
bad
later.
as the marshal now. Hey, Weequay. Hey, Tusken. Hey, Sand Person.
The Tuskens also want the crate dragon dead, is what we have learned.
Who doesn't want a crate? They just want the pearl.
No, they were offering sacrifices, but it was not working so well for them, so they're like, maybe we work with you guys, perhaps?
Anybody else remember Star Wars Galaxies killing crate dragons for pearls back in the day? Or was that just me?
They even did that in KOTOR. Vanth and the Tuskens, notably, do not get along, because, of course, the Raiders raid the town, and the town kills Raiders. The town loves to kill Raiders, the Raiders like to raid the town. All works.
That's it.
But Mando's
symbiotic circle.
But Mando's like, nah, you guys are working together, tough tuckies. The plan is for the Raiders and the people of Mos Pelgos to fight side by side.
I think the Raiders get the short end of the deal here.
I think they do, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
The townsfolk aren't really keen of the idea of working with the Tuskens, but Mando convinces them that the Raiders are offering peace in exchange for the dragon carcass. He said, hey, as long as you guys don't start shooting at us, we won't shoot at you, we won't raid you, just leave us the dragon. The dragon is asleep. They went and checked. So
what
the
if he'd
group
been awake?
is setting up a trap, noting that the belly is the only weak spot. So they're bearing explosives, and they need to lure the dragon out over them to blow them up and then hit the dragon. This is where the townsfolk did contribute because they contributed all of the explosives.
Yes, which the Tuskens almost dropped, which almost started a big fight.
It was an accident. It's okay. It's okay. But they then lure out the dragon. They hit it with some harpoons, but the dragon eats a Tusken, and he's like, yeah, I'm going back to bed, guys. So
I like that part.
So the group, including the townspeople, start firing on the dragon, throwing Molotov cocktails at it, everything they can to draw it back out. Which it does. It gets really, really angry and spews acid all over them, which I didn't know it could do. Which the townsfolk didn't seem to know it could do because they're like, oh, crap.
And knowing is half the battle.
But they lure it out and they blow the charges, but the dragon survives. It comes bursting out from the ground, way up in the mountainy looking area, spewing acid down on everybody, and Mando and Vance take to the air to go fly up there and shoot at the dragon to try and get him to stop killing everybody. Because the dragon is definitely mad.
Yes. You tried to blow him up. What do you expect?
So they get the dragon's attention. They go back down to the ground. Vanth is told to draw its attention. Mando takes the detonator for more explosives because they didn't bury them all. There's a whole bunch strapped to a bantha.
Poor Bantha.
Yeah. So then Vanth gets out of the way. The bantha loaded with explosives is like the bait. The dragon eats him and Mando. But then Mando electrocutes the dragon from the inside, flies up out of its mouth, hits the detonator button, blows up the dragon, and win the day. Everyone rejoice. The Tuskens dig around. They find themselves a pearl inside the dragon. Mando gets a hunk of meat. Vanth gives up the armor. Mando heads out, while a shadowy Boba Fett watches from across the dunes. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's an exciting episode. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, a lot of KOTOR vibes here with the Banthas and the Great Dragons and stuff, yeah.
I like that this time Mando went beyond just using sign language to talk to the sand people.
He grunted, too.
He was making a lot of their noises as well.
Yeah. Well, that was good.
No, they do a lot of interesting things. it's a good opener episode to kind of remind you of Mando's skill set, to remind you Baby Yoda is adorable.
Yeah, there's a lot of flashes to Baby Yoda doing.
But what I
stuff.
like is when they just do that, and he's not like the focus of here. Look, everyone,
all
it's the
focus.
Grogu show. No, it's here's what's going on. Oh, look, and that's what Grogu's doing. Here's what's going on. Glance over. Yep, there's
That's
Grogu.
He's still there.
He's still there.
Still doing cute stuff.
Doing cute stuff. It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah,
good
a solid return episode. Mm-hmm. Lots of, like I said, cool callbacks to KOTOR and such. So it's just the beginning, though, of the joy of season 2.
Heading towards 3.
So close. Which means we will be putting these out at an accelerated rate because we are getting too close to episode 3, or season 3, I should say. But anyway, that is all we got for this time. So do take to the comments below. Let us know what you thought of this chapter of The Mandalorian, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.